Hi, it's Alexis. No contact is something very hard. It's something very difficult, and I'm well aware of this because I've done it in the past myself, and I've been in your shoes in the past. And in this video, like most of my videos, I want you to learn something. I'm a strong believer that when you learn something, when you understand how your brain works, how your body functions, you are more equipped to deal with painful situations, and in that case, no contact. So the point of this video is to really help you get the stamina, the strength to go no contact, to pursue this no contact, because perhaps you've tried to do no contact and after one day or 1 week, you had this urge to contact your ex. So I'm going to explain you what you can be doing, very practical tips you could be doing today to sustain no contact efficiently.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
Before I start, I want you to remind you that I have tons of free resources available for you. There's a quiz to know if you have any chance to get back with your ex. You can comment and like the video. That does help me in terms of the referencing. So I would appreciate if you like. If you don't like the video, click on the dislike button. I think there's no dislike button. But let me know in the comment section if you think this is rubbish. You can subscribe as well, as I post a lot of videos. You're a growing community and I'm so grateful about that. I'm gonna say something about this at the end. And other resources in the description. Have a look. You can WhatsApp me, you can call me. Have a look. I think the idea and why you're watching this video is because you want to learn, which is great. So try to see if you can learn more and more and more. I think that's the exciting part about life, is that we learn every day. And so if I could be that person who would help you learn a little bit more about yourself, a little bit more about the relationships, that will make my day. So why no contact? So I guess you're familiar with that concept. The idea of no contact is to basically get your ex back. So you've tried to talk your ex out of the decision. That's what people do after a breakup. We try to talk our ex back. That's normal. That's the normal reaction. We want to save something, you know. But you're watching this video, so I guess it didn't necessarily work. And what I want you to understand is, if you think, yeah, but no contact doesn't work and I need to contact my ex, I need to speak to him or her, I need to convince him or her. Remember, doing the same thing again and again and expect a different result, it's called insanity. I didn't come up with this, it's Albert Einstein. So I guess we can trust this is something pretty accurate. So really question yourself, okay, I've tried to talk them out, I've tried this, I've tried that. Have you really tried no contact? Have you really tried to do a proper no contact for a long period of time? Success in relationship is fairly easy. The recipe is fairly easy. Sometimes we overcomplexify things. In order to have a successful relationship, you simply need to understand your partner's need. And that's it. That's it. It's very complicated, but this is the only thing you have to think. This is the only objective. I'm not talking, you are in love, so I'm not talking about love, compatibility and stuff like that. That's not the point. We are beyond this. If you want to sustain a strong relationship, if you want to grow in a relationship, you have to understand your partner's need. The problem is because those needs can change. Some people are not really good at communicating those needs. Some people are really struggling to help their partner to address their needs. So many things. So it's very dynamic thing, but the idea is very simple. If you want to stay, if you want to build something sustainable with your partner, you understand their needs. And so, talking about this breakup, it's not an impulse. Because an impulse, you would have been able to talk them out. But if you think about it, even if you had a small fight, you would need to allow a bit of space. So there's usually we say you need 90 seconds to let the emotions down. So when you're about to fight and to get angry and to burst out of anger, you have to pause for 90 seconds when you have those emotions. And in a breakup, because it took a while for them to take that decision, you can't really talk them out right away. It doesn't make sense. So time and space really help to release the tension. Because there's tension, breakups are ugly. My vast majority of breakups are ugly, are messy, because we are not good communicators, because there's a lot of feelings involved, a lot of resentment involved. So will your ex change their mind if you leave them alone for a bit? So they decided to end the relationship, you had something strong, and you go no contact. Will it get your ex back? Will it guarantee that your ex will come back? Well, no, unfortunately. But if we take the problem the other way around, doing the opposite will make things worse. And that's the problem we have. That's the problem you have. Is we have to fight this belief that by talking to them, this is the best option. By talking to them, I'm actually holding on to this lifeline. I'm going to explain you in the next slide. But trying to stay at all costs, you fail to understand the needs. As I discussed, in order to build connection with someone, you need to understand their needs. Your partner's need at this point of time is to get some space, is to be alone. In a way, a breakup is leave me alone. It doesn't mean necessarily leave me alone for the rest of my life. But at this point in time, I don't want it anymore. I need my space. I need some time. And you have to respect this. And you have to let them have this space. This is me, picture of a selfie of myself. I'm your consciousness. That's what I do with my clients. I help them to understand rationally, and also given my experience with other clients, what is good for them. You could be very tempted to act by emotion. You could be tempted that I have this urge to contact them. So listen, probably pause this video at the end of this video, of this slide. Write down this. It's very important. Remember this. When you feel that, okay, it's been a week, it's too hard. Having those thoughts, challenge their thoughts and remember what I'm going to say in this slide. First thing is contacting your ex without their consent is making you look weak. You don't get back with someone if you come across as weak, if you come across as needy, clingy. Okay? Basic seduction tip. Basic, right? So if they expressed to you clearly, I don't want to talk to you, let's not have it, let's take a break for a while, you have to respect it for a bit. What happens is that, and you've probably experienced that, when you text them, you will feel regret right away. As soon as you contact them, as soon as you watch their Instagram stories, as soon as you watch their status, whatever, you will feel regret. It's guaranteed, and that's my job to tell you, don't let yourself caught in the idea that it's okay. I'm just going to have this. I'm just going to watch one of their story. It's fine. It will have an impact, and it will have a negative impact on you. Because also, no contact is also the right thing in terms of helping you deal with the breakup emotionally. The more you push, the more they'll pull back. So I've done tons of videos about that. That's a normal dynamic after a breakup, because what they want is space. The more you're going to push, the more you want to confront them, the more defensive they'll be. They will feel misunderstood. They will feel like, okay, you're not respecting what I want. And they'll pull back. And so the idea that, it's just because I haven't really found the word. No. It's not about the words. It's not about what you do, what you say. It's just at this point of time, they need space. Okay? So what's going on is you're scared. Okay? And that's normal. I'm not going to blame you for that. I've been in your shoes. It's really scary. But you have to understand that when you're scared, when we are scared, we make bad decisions. Right? Tons of examples out of it. When we are scared, we restrain ourselves from speaking. When we are scared, we make rush decisions. When we are scared, we fail to listen. We fail to think about a problem. When we're scared, we fail to take a step back and look at the big picture. Okay, so don't let fear drive any of your actions, and that's obviously true in all aspects of your life. So remember, when you have this urge to contact your ex, ask yourself, am I acting out of fear? What's the emotion? Why do I feel this discomfort? Be aware of those emotions within yourself. And usually when you have this ability to bring that awareness about your emotions, you are able to stop this urge. Now, the important thing and the hard thing to do is to accept that your relationship is over. Grieving processes, you have 5 stages. The last one is acceptance. You have to accept, because you've tried to talk them out to you, because you've tried to fix very quickly the relationship, you have to accept that the relationship with your ex is over. Your job is to create a new one with them. But that relationship is over, and therefore you need a bit of space, you need a bit of time to reset things. It's time to build a new one. Your old relationship was broken. The idea is not to fix it, not to keep it alive, is to create a new one. So really, maybe whenever you're feeling down, whenever you have this urge to contact your ex, maybe print this slide, do whatever you want with this slide, but remember those things. They are so important because they will make you do the right things. They will make you more energized, more motivated, and sustain the contact the right way. Okay, but how can I cope? It's so hard, right? That's my job as a counselor. One tip, or it's more of a coaching tip, this one, is to remove any signs of your ex. So when I help people, because I do hypnotherapy, when I help people to quit smoking with hypnotherapy, I obviously do the hypnotherapy session and I coach them along the way before and after. But I also help them to change the environment. If you want to change a habit, if you want to change something in your life, you also need to work on the environment, the triggers, as we call it in hypnotherapy. So the triggers here is anything that would remind you of your ex. Maybe their phone number, maybe social media, you can unfollow them, maybe pictures that you have at your place, maybe their stuff, remove them from your site. Because then you're going to remove the triggers. Is that enough? No. But if you have those triggers, it's very easy to get caught. So if you stop smoking and there's a pack of cigarettes in your drawers, you are 10 times more likely to smoke. Okay, it's as simple as that. Now the second thing is the feeling of rejection, because that's how you feel. The feeling of rejection, you want more excitement, you want validation. Because in a way the relationship defined you, now you don't have this part of yourself. And what it means in terms of the brain activities is that you, in a way, are a little bit dopamine deprived. What you're looking when you want to get a message from your ex is that dopamine rush. This excitement that you can't have, that they took away, right? Because now it's a lot of mystery, it's a lot of unknowns, a lot of questions to answer, and you want to have certainty, you want to have this dopamine rush to get that certainty. So my tip is to really be aware of your dopamine levels. And this is why breakups can lead to toxic behavior. It's very common to see people starting to be addicted on social media. They haven't been really into social media before, but now they spend like 6 hours per day on Instagram, scrolling and refreshing. And by the way, and then say gambling, because by the way, social media, they are designed like slot machines. So some of the UX designers of social media, Facebook, Instagram, and they use neuroscientists from the gambling industry. And no wonder when you do this to refresh, it's exactly the same thing as the slot machine. It's exactly. It's not random. It's totally on purpose. And the idea is to really create this dopamine rush, this excitement of something new. That's what you want to get. And so if you don't get that from your ex, you will get sometimes to be drinking, drugs, porn, all this kind of addiction. What I want you to understand is it's okay to have these negative thoughts. totally fine, and it means that you're alive, it means that you're a human being. It's okay to be depressed. It's okay to go through this phase of, I don't want to do anything, I suffer so much, I cry every day, I cry every morning, every evening. It's totally fine. Now, the responsibility is to know what you could be doing. What's the outcome of this? Your reaction to those emotions. The response is more important than how you feel. It doesn't matter how you feel. Embrace how you feel. It's okay. It's just an emotion. But it's how you respond to those emotions that matters. And so one of the tips I would urge you to do is to populate and fill your life with healthy activities that will bring you those dopamine rush. It will also help you rebalance those dopamine levels. Quick slide on how to manage your dopamine levels. Any new activity that you learn, anything new is exciting. And that's what we get from, that's where we get our dopamine rush. So find a new hobby, whatever, but it needs to be new. So for example, if you like to do tennis and you've been playing tennis for all of your life, tennis would not necessarily create dopamine. It will release oxytocin, which is great, but it wouldn't necessarily create a dopamine rush. So maybe a new sport, maybe play squash, maybe play another form of golf or another sport to really also use other parts of your brain. Anything that's pushing you outside of your comfort zone. Doing also another thing to rebalance those dopamine levels is to do activity with friends, because it releases endorphins. So, conversation with people, talking about deep stuff, not about your relationship, is also helping you being with people, being surrounded with people. We are social animals, so it's very important for you to rebalance this. I know people after breakups, what they want to do is to stay at home, binge eat their ice cream in front of Netflix. Okay, this is sort of comforting. This again really bad dopamine, really bad the sugar and things like that. But it doesn't really help you rebalance that dopamine deficiency. Going out, sport, again releasing those dopamine you feel. If you are struggling, because these are very generic tips, and I know sometimes we just need a little nudge, we just need a little push to be, to get out of our bed, to get out of our sofa, to switch off the TV, to switch off YouTube and do something. So I'm really grateful that you're watching this video and you're trying to learn. But what I want you to do, and I might get less views if I say that, is to maybe close your laptop after you watch this video and do something for you. Okay, do something, be active. It is so important. I don't care. Close your laptop. If it's during the day, you're watching during the day, go down your building, go outside your house, go for a walk for 5 minutes. And listen to music. Because I know people also listen to my videos. Listen to music, listen to something that makes you happy. That also forces you to be out there. Okay? If you feel you're struggling with those things, and I know it's hard, don't hesitate to seek for to seek help from a specialist like myself or anyone locally if you want to have, because I only do remote sessions, obviously, because I'm based in London and you're based everywhere in the world. If you want to meet someone local, if you want to have, but it's so important to also acknowledge that if it doesn't work for you, if you're listening to tips, you're reading books, or you're learning, but you're failing to act, I think it's okay to seek for help. I got a therapist myself. For example, personal example, I'm really bad at sport. That's not my thing. And I know, and I like it, but I just usually don't find the motivation to do it. The way I deal with that, I go to classes, I go to PT groups where I know I'm committed. I will push myself a little bit harder than I would, but I have this nudge also. So it's very important for you to find a system that would work for you. To find the system, to find the social support, the emotional support to help you get out from this situation. And I know no contact is very difficult, and I know, as a matter of fact, most of my clients are going through a phase of no contact, and I'm there for them to help them to also reflect on their relationship. And I want to end with a massive thank you. We are a growing community, and I'm so grateful that I have the ability to do the job that I'm doing, and it's really thanks to you. And yeah, I just wanted to share my love in a way. I'm not going to cry, but share my love and end with a review. I'm going to start doing this because I think now that I'm using Trustpilot, because I want to show people that yes, it does work. Yes, we can create an impact. I can help you guys. I'm not just a random person on the internet. I'm really striving and help you guys. So I guess I took it randomly. I'm lucky to have met him. So Sakib, I worked with him a few weeks ago, and it was difficult for me to figure out my real situation. He showed me the way for living for myself. And so the idea is, in this case, he didn't get back with his ex, but he managed to get away from that difficult situation. And for me, it's so rewarding to see those journeys, to see those clients making a massive change in their life. And in a way, I have the best job in the world. So if you want to watch more videos like this and you want to support, you can subscribe to my channel. You can also like the video. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.